like the juice when I'm running through airports.
Yeah.
People say, "Hey, old timer, kind of giving away your age, aren't you?"
With that,
And I
right
tell
there.
them, "No, this is leading edge technology." I had an adjuster a while back and I said, you take this, and if your subject's facing north, you just put that in the.
Gary, you mind if I film some of this?
Yeah.
I have a website, Texas Adjuster Journal, that I show damage and stuff, but first engineering meeting I've been to.
Now, whole different story on torch downs. Torch downs, whole different deal. A torch down, unlike this, will fracture on the bottom side. And when you're looking at torch downs, you're just looking at a different beast. Let's see, I gotta get my.
Yes, sir. I love that.
Yeah, this motion up to anything below 20 is as good as 0. You got to find some places that are low to say that we got a set point. Okay, that's good.
Okay.
Now we'll start here.
Orange spot right here.
One spot. Give me one there.
Right here.
Two more.
On each one? Okay.
Hopefully.
Again?
No. No, we got less than 20. Okay. Two more orange spots.
Okay. Ah. Okay, this thing. All right.
Is it what?
Oh, it wouldn't shut off.
Oh.
Right
Yeah,
here?
Don't pull it all the way. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Another one here?
Yeah. It's kind of a trick getting used to using one of those silly things. I think they'd make them where it would just be, okay, pull trigger, they're on.
Right.
No, you got to finesse it. 2 more spots.
Okay.
2 more spots. Okay, only spot on the left.
Okay.
2 more spots.
Okay. Got it. 2 more.
One there.
All right.
One there. Both of them.
Okay.
Left only.
Okay.
Okay. 2 spots. 2 spots. Two spots. 1 spot.
Got it. Ooh.
2 more.
2 more here.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
2 more here.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Left and right.
All right. Okay. Here's a 0.
Left and right.
Okay. Now, so that one's been on 0 now for the last 3 or 4 steps.
Right.
Is that-
0 and 20, for
Okay.
all intents and purposes, really
Dry.
mean about the same thing.
Okay. So in these last few, have there been,
0 and 20.
did I need to spray your right side back here? Any? Like-
No, just
okay.
give me a 40 here.
All right.
Give me one on the right. Right on, mate. Right on, mate.
That's what's that.
This is getting a bad habit of heater goes off.
Resetting itself. Yeah, it's been on 0 for a while back there, that left one.
Okay, we got left and right. It's real bright sunlight, it's hard to tell. Left and right.
Okay.
Right on.
Okay. And so, yeah, when you get above it in the daytime, you could actually see a pretty good picture of the
Asphalt is crushed between the layers. But you take that same roof that's only 15 years old, it might not leak at all for 3 years, and then just progressively worse over the next year, and it might not be flooding in until the 5th year. So, you got to take, how well was it constructed? Did they get the roof built right?
Did they spec it right? Then did they build to that spec?
Right. And you also got to look at the occupancy, because some roofs will get a double whammy, heat from below and heat from above to dry them out.
Yeah.
Did they keep a good silver coat on it, or did it have a good gravel cover?
Yeah.
So many things. I've seen 38-year-old asphalt roofs that were still in good shape.
Uh-huh.
Had one up in Irving. Surprised the hell out of me. Big hail, big dents in the coping. I just knew we'd find damage, and we knew where the hail hit because the craters are still there.
Yeah.
I cut samples, froze them up on the roof. Not a damn thing wrong with that roof. And the guy I did it for, I handled a lot for him, and I said, hey, you can't win them all. And he said, I'm glad I was up here because damn, I wouldn't have believed.
Right.
But he was helping me. We froze the samples and pulled them apart right there on the roof.
Yeah.
I got 2 of those big super coolers,
Yeah.
kind of like Yetis.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll fill that son of a bitch up with dry ice. You know how cold dry ice is?
-200.
-70.
-70. Okay.
Yeah. That's cold.
Yeah. Damn right.
The girl up at the store I felt sorry for, she grabbed a hold and blocked that ice.
Oh.
And I said, no. And she goes, ow. And she jerked her hand back, and I said, man, I took it for granted you guys knew about this stuff. And she said, no.
Yeah, and I hope that wasn't your guitar hand.
Yeah. And she didn't burn herself, but if she hadn't got rid of it.
Hello. Do what? All right. I'll come down and get you. Well, I'm. You know how to get to the top of this main building? Yeah, go ahead because we're putting orange spots on the roof. Oh yeah. Oh, all right. And there. Okay. David's here.
Okay.
There and there.
Both up.
Okay.
Left and right.
All right.
Either one. Right, right on. Left and right.
Okay.
Of the granules.
You're doing what? You're
All the-
avoiding the granules. Yeah.
because they'll hold moisture.
Uh-huh.
And
Give you a false
and-
reading.
Yeah. Left and right.
All right.
Right only.
The roofer I started roofing with had one of those, and I fucked around with it. I find it out now that I did not do that one right.
Well, the using one of these is kind of like art.
Yeah.
It's more of an art than it is a science. It takes a while to get the hang of it. Best thing to do is go with somebody on half a dozen roofs and see what they do,
Yeah.
and you'll save yourself so much misery.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I'm tracing signal strength, you turn it to 10
yeah.
and set it on maximum. If it's a slick roof, it's on the yellow blinking. You mark out everywhere that you get a signal. Then you go back and turn it down to 9 and go back to your wet areas.
Right.
And you'll wind up having, it'll look like, you ever seen a foundation elevation drawing?
Yeah.
Okay. Looks just like that. You know, where you'll have a big circle and then a smaller circle,
Yeah.
and a smaller circle, and then a smaller circle.
Right. Right. Or like
That smallest circle leads you right to the point of entry.
and gives you a place to take a sound.
Yeah, well, it'll tell you where that water's coming in.
Yeah.
I had a roofer up in Fort Worth, Eubanks. Been a roofer for many years, and they did not think that they were seeing, you know, he didn't think there was any way that I'd be able to tell where the water was coming in. I was able to show everywhere that it was wet, everywhere that it was dry, and everywhere where there was moisture actually entering the roof. And he called me back later, and he said, you know, I thought you were the goofiest son of a bitch I'd ever seen in my life, but I'll be goddamn sure as hell, every place you said it was wet, it was wet. Every place you said it was dry, and you had the source of moisture on every single spot. And I said, yep, fascinating, ain't it? Is that just a little bit of tar there, or is that a
Right here.
tear?
That's tar.
Tar, okay.
Yeah. Well, it looks like a cut. It's a cut, but it doesn't seem to go through.
Yeah, there's got some good stuff.
Dave might have redone that. I don't know. Okay. Left and right. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Left and right.
Okay.
Left and right. Now,
Okay.
this is getting a little interesting here.
Okay.
See, we got a skipped area, no moisture. Then we got moisture again. There'll be a reason why we got that moisture where it's not connected to another wet area.
Shut that damn thing up.
Hey,
What's up, brother? How you doing?
again, how you doing?
Great. Good to see you.
David Watson.
Good to see you,
See you,
man.
brother.
This is Mark Hedlund.
Marcus Hedlund.
Randy Crow. Good to meet
Marcus
you.
Hedlund.
Gary Tracker. Yep. No more arguments about 24 gauge.
Have they done that with aluminum on the metric?
Yes.
Good.
Oh, you're filming us?
Yeah, we're going to Texas Adjuster Journal
That'll go
website. My site.
gauge down to 6.
He's giving us a class here.
Also,
Yeah. Mom has called in sick.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
She may want to do it Thursday then?
And she should. Goddamn, she better not be sick. The old man's the sick one right there.
Drop the meter down. If it's above 20, it means that it's wet and it's a relative scale. So 100 just means it's wetter than 25. It's not a percentage scale. And it's the only way you get a percentage scale is we got a dry area here. That's all wet. Most all of this that we're seeing wet is tied to a wall.
And where the leaks are, too.
Right. And so, basically we're getting a 3x2 thread. These are 3 foot each.
Yeah.
And I drop the meters down about every 2 foot. So it's getting pretty tight thread. If you can get infrared to work, which, in the middle of summer works fine, this time of year it's really tough. It's like this wind's supposed to be blowing, wind blowing over 15 miles an hour every day. That cools the roof off too much. You got to have 2 days of bright sunshine, and hopefully during the night of your inspection, have wind over 10 miles an hour. But you really don't have over 10 miles an hour for that little period of time.
So you get the 15 to 20 degrees difference that you need of the night or the sun.
Well, as long as you've got good bright sunlight in the day, even if it's below freezing, you can still get an infrared inspection. The temperature differential on an infrared may only be 1 or 2 degrees in a wet spot in a dry spot. The roof cools down, the wet spots stay warm. Once the roof is cooled down, what we call the window opens, and all of a sudden all those wet spots just start shining out. Well, I was on a roof in Denton, and I told him, I said, we should wait until at least the middle of April, May, and insist to go ahead and do it. We got up there every 45 minutes, started at 8 o'clock p.m., every 45 minutes all the way around till after 3 o'clock. The window was just beginning to open. Set my watch for another alarm for another 45 minutes. When it went off, it rained. So all night long wasted. So the infrared is. Now your bleed out's not going to be anybody about that.
There is some light bleed out on some of these, though. I mean,
What's inconsistent is it's,
mixture.
well, they hot mop it down here and it's a little much. They squeegee the thing, the roller over it just spooges out on the side of it. And then they just leave
The
it. Like,
SBS
look at
sends a
this.
synthetic base rubber.
Yep.
They'll try to sprinkle granules back.
Similar to that butyl rubber tape that you use on a flat.
Really soft spots.
I think we just need to go after wind instead of
Yeah, there's
switching on them.
yeah. Well, either I mean, he's great either one. So and he sees it.
How long you been doing
This is the first part where we just establish where it's
Wow,
wet.
4 years.
Then he gets the probes out and
Nice.
finds out where it's the
Well, I
wettest,
never know
and that's
with,
where
living
sample
roofing, so
comes
I'm
out.
learning a lot
And
about it.
as far as figuring out exactly where the water's getting in.
Well, we're going to have down in Plano, Texas, and you guys really ought to come to our school.
I've been meaning to, man. Now we're so
Is
damn
your
busy.
school in
You got
Hutto?
a school? Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, right down there by,
Busy. If
Yeah, I
the
did those
school's
neighbors. I
free,
did
It's
the
free?
Country
No.
Estates, Lenard,
It's free,
and all
right?
those.
It's a free school.
oh, really?
Oh, Mom's gonna pay for
Yeah,
it.
the very first, right by the high school.
Well, if you come to the school in Hutto and you don't learn a lot,
What's the name of the school, sir?
okay, well, the lab is APEC, APEC, and it's, give me a card and I'll send you
got it.
I'll get you a brochure.
Yeah, sure.
And anyway, the school, we hold it every month. Now we'll add a wind school on too, but we teach a fair amount of wind in the hail school. It's 3 days, you get a certificate at the end of it, so you're certified for 2 years. You have to get recertified every 2 years. But if you make an 80 or above, your certification you can do just on your computer.
Yes, sir.
Your recertification.
Yeah,
Yep,
your research, yeah.
recertification. Yep.
Yeah, I'm out of Corpus now, so I'm not used to this. You know, I've been in South Texas for about 3-4 years, and this wind kicks up.
Well, everybody that's gone to the school so far, and I've had adjusters that have been adjusters for 35 years, contractors for 30 years. If you know John Ewell, DFW urethane, he just went to school, and he just like everybody else. Everybody says they learned a ton.
That's awesome.
What's
So-
his name again?
Pardon?
Bob Newell? No?
No, John Ewell,
Oh, okay.
DFW urethane.
Okay, 'cause I know Longhorn urethane. Bob.
Well, if you need any foam work or any spraying, any kind of elastomeric coatings or silicone coatings, nobody is better than him. He is as good as anybody I've ever worked with. I highly recommend. And you know, he'll work as a sub under you if you have a job that, you know, sometimes you got a job that's just the best solution. Have a sprayed roof.
Well, I try not to go into the maintenance side of it because you come back and do it. A lot of roofers want to do that, but me, I like putting a warranty on it that the manufacturer backs up. They come
Oh,
slap,
sure.
they slap my hand like I do Carlisle NDL warranties on all my stuff, on my big stuff for customers like this. That way, I don't feel like I have to even worry about the liability of it. Because there's a problem out there.
Also, too, that you think that you need to have on any roof that's going over a concrete structure deck, that's the ones you have the worst labor from. NASA, that the roof beneath the lake, the insulation of not just a little moisture, I'm talking about totally saturated, and from wet to dry, wet to dry, wet to dry, based upon season. And it's just where you have that structural concrete deck and dew point performance in the insulation and
Separate to the concrete
moist air.
from the bottom side or top?
Well, you got a concrete structure deck and then 4 inches of ice and then the PPE. It was vapor coming in from the sides from the, in other words, like on this roof, you have vapor entering this roof and exiting this roof at all of your flashing and your perimeters. You know, it isn't that obvious, but I can tell on some areas where I'm getting readings of 10 and 15, it's probably the vapor prevalence. So, you know, vapor is naturally on the coast where you've got the sea breeze. Yep. You've got circulating air and that's sucking that roof against it.
When I get up, we'll go out there and
David,
Yes, you said you can't do the manual to the PPDM or whatever that is over there. No, that's just a built-up roof.
That's built up.
Okay.
Now, did the insurance company want to work your test on well, first off, on the granules, it's not going to be membrane damage, but you've got hail damage, you've got obvious bruises and granule loss, so that's enough for coating. And then if you just put a little bit with it, then
yeah, we're trying to get the 3.5 inch ISO to code and put it back on there. If I do the job, I don't want to do a roof over based off of all the moisture that's under here.
Well, the only reason for getting the granule loss paid for is just to get dollars.
Right.
The last thing in the world you want to do is coat this roof.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I could do a roof over, put down a recovery board and TPO, and put some one-way vents up here in this area. But I still don't like it. I think this should be torn out. This real wet area.
Well,
Go
you
back
best
up.
Is
And
there
then,
a wind possibility on this?
Convince the owner to pay the difference to get the ISO.
well, you're just gonna get the insurance to pay for it. We ain't gonna convince him nothing, right?
It would be better to
Yeah.
get the insurance company, but you're going to have a real tough fight on this one. You can probably get a coating, but it's going to be tough getting the roof. Based upon what I've seen so far.
But with the moisture under, and that's what they want to see. Doesn't that help us?
It depends. If this was Liberty Mutual pays for the roofs they do, and they don't pay for the roofs they do. So Liberty Mutual will say, it's wet? Oh, okay, we got to pay for it.
Well, that's what happened my last time. They come up here. We proved one little area on this 400 something roof. There was moisture under there. The guy took a picture and he was with Hartford. Lane Miller. I don't know if you met him.
I'm surprised that he did that. There must have been something else in play because he knows better.
He took a couple pictures of the hell. He said, man, you got lucky. It was on something like this. Little bitty hell here. He's like, well, you changed policies like a year ago. That's probably extending.
Don't look at your horse in the mouth.
Well,
Yeah.
he,
One thing that all the hot mop that I've done always has more. What I'm noticing is the squeeze out looks like it's on the ends of these. And is there a possibility this could be torched down? Because I mean, usually hot mop, your swath is your tar's coming out all the way out the edges more. But here I can see where they rolled it and pushed the extra out from under a torch down. I mean,
well, it seems to me it's the SBS hot.
like you talked about a roller. If they roll a roller over a torch down, it's going to push out
Yeah, but it should never be
on the ends. Okay, all right. Well, I just know that when I've hot mopped, my moppers, you see it on the edges.
Yeah, hey, we need to explain to him. We ain't going to do this whole fucking route that
Yeah.
he's going to try to do. We just need to maybe go over here to the middle and look, go over here to the edge and look, and then jump over there. And
Okay.
spot it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I
Because
yeah,
they're going to come back and do the same shit.
yeah. I just need to get.
Well, I mean, wait, it's your
Him
deal.
on it.
I don't really care. What do you think?
No.
You want to do the whole deal?
Well, no. Whatever we can do to contribute to our side of the argument, and I need to see if I can get him helping us make a wind total or something. If the hail, I mean, he's already talking like, okay, well,
I don't like when he says that. I ain't gonna have a hard time. You have a hard time. Why do you say that?
so.
I don't know why he keeps saying we'll have a hard time. He don't know.
Well, what I need to ask him is, whatever if his whole thing is to do this whole roof and then get up here and shoot a picture of it.
What's the purpose?
The picture shows the wetness under here after dark, or whenever the conditions are right to take it. But if there's it feels to me like, I mean, the shit is all wavy. That's a good wind movement to cause some of that waviness. But
Yeah, where the waves are though, you can kind of feel it structural over there.
yeah, walking behind him, I can see where it's soft under there too. But
This right here, it's got to be wind. Look at that separation.
yeah,
Where you would think it tries to lift it up.
yeah, like from underneath, like lift up from the 30 foot of air underneath this thing pushing up.
But see, look at the bleed down over here.
Yeah.
But he's going to do his best to just drag it as long as
I just kind of letting him do what he does.
I mean, obviously, Toby knows so much more than we do. I don't understand a lot of it.
Yeah,
He's,
but I could see this thing needing. Let's get.
It will, it's going to talk about a lot about weather, and some of that's going to help you a lot because you need to know about buffeting winds. Buffeting winds cause more damage to roofs than straight line winds. Straight line winds on an APT torch down, where it's just a blowing wind, is mainly going to get it at the corners at the leading edge. A buffeting wind is going to damage it out of the field. Most engineers, believe it or not, do not know anything about buffeting winds. If they do, then they learn from the Canadians. The Canadians in the they have to do it because they have nor'easters every year that are worse than our hurricanes. They have to deal with this day in and day out. Our guys deal with it when there's a hurricane. How often do we have a hurricane? Here in Texas, it's been a while, hasn't it?
I think Corpus got a big one, what, 97 or 1970 or what is it?
Well, the
2008,
67 was a
Yeah.
really big one.
Yeah.
But and Dolly, did some damage. But you would learn a lot that would help you in your business. When you do see hail, you would have a chance to recognize when you need to get help. Okay, could this possibly be damaged? But especially with torch down, you probably have torch down mod bits there. Because it's just about everywhere. Especially on like restaurants and
Yes, sir.
everything. And oftentimes when they don't want the stink of the kettle, like in a clinic,
Hospital.
a lot of schools. Yeah. So you'd learn a lot. Now you might not use it as much as somebody that's dealing with hail all the time, but I've had some pretty good hail claims down in.
I'm following claims down there. The thing is Tui is trying to say that it's historical hail, and they're like, well, we can tell it's historical hail because, those aluminum roofs, they hail-like indentations. There's no splatter marks, and I looked up splatter marks, and then I researched that that's softer hail or mushier hail, and then I researched that we have Kynar coatings and Hylar coatings on our roofs, and that doesn't really keep dirt or algae on it.
One of the big things that you learn will be where to prove that it hailed, how to prove it hailed.
That's how
and
they
it's
get
usually on neighboring properties. I had to prove up 4 hailstorms on one shopping center in Weatherford. We had 4 different insurance companies over a 10-year period of time. Well, as luck had it, every one of them had their own hailstorm, and every one of them was pointing fingers at the other ones. Travelers hired me. They had the third watch, but there's 4 insurance companies had the shopping center insured over this 10-year period of time. I was able to prove that out of the 4 hailstorms, the third hailstorm was the one that caused damage, and Travelers out. I just as soon you not refund it because I just want to deal you with some major grief,
Right.
And anyway, they did, and they refunded, and that was the end of it. But somebody like that's taking that kind of chance.
Yeah, if you hadn't been paying attention, it would have been a huge disaster if it had gotten.
Oh yeah. Well, in the first place,
completely
I
on
could have been
fire.
up on 635 and
Yeah.
caused a damn pile up, and got somebody killed.
One of those overpasses. Boy, I heard some stories about people stuck in traffic on that Garland tornado, man. It
Oh,
blew them
yeah.
off that overpass. Holy crap. I took a picture of a truck. It looked like it went at least 50 feet in the air. It was on top of debris, and bed was L-shaped, man.
I asked them what I could do about that noise,
Yeah.
and they said, this is about 10 years old. And they said, once it gets about 10 years old, we're just going to do that. This thing lists for 50 grand. And when I bought it had 23 hours on it. A hotel had it from 2011 when I bought it, and
No parapet at all. I love this stuff. I love this stuff. Do not get to do it as much anymore.
I use this thing and I have to remember all the
Only way to fly.
I used to use the shit out of it. And I haven't used it near as much here lately.
Perfect.
There we go.
All right.
I'm not totally sure that I ever got up on this one. I guess I did.
This definitely torch.
I remember being at this location, so I guess I did get up on it. Some of these wrinkles a little bit on diagonal.
Yeah.
Which you always want a wrinkle that's this way.
Yep.
Oh, I remember this. Yeah, I remember when we hit it down. Yep, I was up here. You know, when you get old, the memory goes first. You hope.
Yeah, I see some splatters, I think, mixed in with the galvanization.
This looks like a splatter right here.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to
There.
check for.
I doubt seriously could have had this. But that looks like a splatter right there. See?
Yeah.
That one. That one. That one. You'll learn a whole lot about what to look for to prove uphill.
Uh-huh.
Oh, by the way, see the bird shit?
Right there.
This is where the birds sit right
I
here.
see.
And that is caused from especially pigeons and seagulls.
Huh. Whatever the hell they're eating.
Yep, it's acidic.
Here's a little wrinkle in here that
Yeah.
a little bit of there.
We really need to know for sure what kind of, and I would suggest you coring all these roofs. Now, David may have cored them. Do you remember?
No, I don't think he did, but I'll double check with
I
him
think all three of these.
to see what they're made, see what we got.
And then tell me, you know, if it's, if any of this is over lightweight concrete,
Yeah.
you got a whole different situation.
Because
Lightweight concrete's so much easier to damage from buffeting winds.
yeah,
You can imagine if you got lightweight concrete is concrete where they add vermiculite or another filler. And let's just say a given amount of structural concrete would weigh 75 pounds.
right.
The same amount of lightweight might weigh 5 because it's all air.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, when you've got a Zonalite fastener driven down into that lightweight concrete, or if it's in a gypsum, just like sheetrock.
Right, right,
Well, you know, that ain't gonna hold like a screw to a metal pan.
right.
That Zonalite driven fastener will react more to this.
To the buffeting,
Not
yeah.
necessarily straight line winds, but the buffeting can pull those fasteners loose and pop them up. Or make them where they are loose and will no longer hold, you know,
Blow the spec on the roof
specified-
up
yeah.
to speed, wind speed.
there,
Yeah.
probably there, maybe there.
Uh-huh.
You definitely have some hail hits. There's no way they're going to be able to deny that. Yep. Well, let's do a quick moisture test.
Okay.
This may be dry as a popcorn fart. Yeah.
They're both mopped.
Yeah, this is mop. See?
Yeah, I can see it. I can
Believe
see
that
more
comes
coming
up
in.
More than that,
It's mopped. Yeah.
it's mops. Uh-huh.
Ignore. I'm talking to my damn earpiece telling me answer or ignore, and I can't read the damn thing because the sun's blowing in. Oh, God, I got to put my glasses on to see who the shit. Come on, man. Thing is useless in sunlight. Oh, it's my son. Hell yeah, Shane. Like that. What's up, buddy? Oh, I'm up on a roof in Mesquite, Texas right now. Yeah. Oh yeah, we're starting to be all over the state. Yep. And tornado, but we're looking at some plastic factory. I'm with an engineer right now going over it. What's up? Okay, well I'm gonna call you back in about an hour. Okay. Love you, son. Talk to you later. Bye. California son. He's head of design for Vans Apparel.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he went to Cal State Fullerton got out of there with a commercial art degree and stayed there. He started as an artist for Vans and now he designs their clothes. And his grandparents are developers of Horseshoe Bay. It's one thing, their mother left when they were 5 and 3, and it sucked. But they've got the wealthiest safety net under them, you know. For all the shit she gave me, and the horrible time of the marriage was tough. But damn it, I have had no worries about them. You know, I paid her $120,000 and everything was good over years in working 2 blue-collar jobs. But man, they've got.
You know what I've had?
What?
The total amount of my income that went for situations than what we have. Okay. So you really can't. You gotta make sure that you're not comparing an apple to an orange. And it ain't ever gonna be perfect. It ain't ever gonna be just, total roses. But it can be a lot better than it was. And that it ain't gonna be perfect no matter who's involved. So just keep. Yeah. Good. Well, the thing about it is, though, that it isn't going to magically just everything is cured. It's going to continue to have work, and don't expect that it's going to be just roses overnight, because it ain't. But it sounds like there's some honest attempt to correct some problems. So that's positive. Take the positive